So this is the Daewoo Spotless Hurricane 2-in-1 floor washer and vacuum cleaner with self-cleaning function. It's stated to have a 30-minute runtime. I would say that's relatively accurate. I used this for about half hour and then the battery just died on me. I put it back on charge. I had to leave it on charge for a good couple of hours or so before I could get any real sort of life back in it. So what we have is, you've got the cleaner itself. Within there, you've got the charger, and the charger just plugs into a standard plug socket, a lead here which plugs into the side of the cleaner just here, and then you can sit that in this space. It's literally just a plastic tray that it'll sit in for storage and sort of, for using the self-cleaning function of it. Within there, you've got the device itself, and then you've got a spare roller. It's a bit like a paint roller. It's basically just sort of a roller, dry roller. That doesn't come off. You would effectively wash this like you would a standard paint roller, really. I've cleaned that one once after use already, and I basically just run it under a hot tap, put a little bit of soapy water in it, and give it a good sort of clean with my hands, rinsed it off, and then it's dried in there, and that's fine, that's as it's worked. On the machine itself, you've got a number of triggers. You've got the one up here, which switches the cleaner on, and that works in that it actually gets this roller spinning inside the machine, and that's what it does. That's what that switch does. You press it once, and then a second time, and then off. So the first time is one speed, the second time is a faster speed, third time is off. Once you've got that roller going, to actually add the cleaning fluid to it, you press the trigger at the back. You've got a little trigger here, and when you press that, a little light will flicker on there. It's hardly noticeable. I'll see if I can show it on here now, just to see if you can notice it. I'll switch the roller on first, and then I will press the trigger to see if it flashes. But it's hardly noticeable. I don't know why they've done it this way. And press the trigger. There we go. And that just gives a little flash, and that's it. It's that quick. If you don't look out for it, you'll miss it. And then that shows that water's being entered onto the roller, and the roller is wet for cleaning the floor. Prior to doing that, what you will want to do is vacuum. And the vacuum cleaner, just like a normal vacuum cleaner, you will press this down. It operates as a vacuum cleaner. It's got a nice way of operating in that the neck will twist from one side to the other with the base there, and so going around corners is really sort of helpful. With there, you've got the button down here. You press this button once, first speed, a second speed, and off. So that does the suction, this does the water. In the machine then, we have, I'll lift it up to show. We've got this piece here is the sort of reservoir for the cleaning fluid. Press that button there, pull that out, and you top it up. You pull the little flap open and you top that up with fluid, cleaning fluid. So that can be soapy water or whatever floor cleaning fluid you use. Then you've got the base here, and you pull that lever up, pull this out, and in here you've got, there's a filter. There's a section there where the water gets pulled in. As you can see it there, I need to now empty that. The water gets pulled in, and you've got the filter here, which when it comes out, it captures all of the dirt and the grit in there, but that actually mixes in with the water. So what you find is you end up with a little bit of mud. I did clean this out completely, but obviously in switching it on now, it's pulled some more water up through the system and refilled that. So that's quite easy to clean. There's a filter in the top here. Strange thing is that filter will get wet as it's sucking to dry the floor. It's actually, the whole thing is getting wet. So it's an interesting, it's peculiar sort of setup. So that's the container where you will empty the waste into, and that will clip into here. Fairly straightforward. It clips in, and that's it. That's done. That's the reservoir for the actual cleaning fluid. That sits in there, and the way to do the self-cleaning is basically with it in the tray, you switch it on. There's little turns down here, and that's spinning. And that's what it does to self-clean. Although I did take mine out and I did clean it all as thoroughly as I could. But like I say, a little bit more water has pulled through into that today. The base, just to show, this comes off for ease of cleaning. That's just the sort of the cover. And the roller, then you take this button here, press that, that pops off, and there's the roller with a little arm which holds it in place. So to put that back in, you can clean that, as I said. We'll switch it out for the other one, put that on there like so, and that clips down. So really, really easy. It really is easy to actually use. I found it quite good for cleaning the floor. It did a good job of it, although it does leave streaks. It actually, because the roller is spinning, every time you move it around, and you end up using it like you would a vacuum cleaner, but because of that, what's happening is as you're going back and forth, the roller is spinning and marking the floor then. So when it dries, you do see some streaks, but it does clean the floor and it cleans it relatively well. As a vacuum cleaner, I wasn't impressed. I went over it with this vacuum cleaner. I cleaned all of the floor, and then I emptied the contents onto a black sheet. And then I went over it with our other vacuum cleaner. It's a very popular brand, but I went over with that vacuum cleaner after I went over it with this one. So what this didn't pick up, that then went and picked up, and you can see I emptied that out on the sheet straight afterwards. And it's surprising how much extra the other machine picked up compared to this. So when it comes to cleaning, we will use our other vacuum cleaner to vacuum the floors, and then we will use this one to do the cleaning afterwards. So it's a bit frustrating because this just doesn't do the great job of hoovering up as you'd expect it to. But other than that, nice machine. The price has dropped since I got it for review. It's down to just over £100 now. And I'd say that's reasonable as a cleaning machine, but it's certainly not the Hurricane as it's advertised to be in. It's not a bad machine. If you want to do a nice easy way of polishing the floor, not making the floor too wet, it's good for that. So based on that, I'd recommend it. Thank you.